Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Derek with Heidi's Outdoors. So this is a new video series that we're going to be starting as we are working on our driveway. First thing we got to do today is get our equipment ready. So that means make certain we start off with nice sharp chainsaw chains that we're all set up and ready to go. So that way we can do some cutting and get ready to do some dirt moving. Now, some people might think it's a little overkill to have two saws out here like this. Why not just make certain you can take care of the one you have? Well, I've run into a couple situations where one gets bound up and I need the other one saw to get the other one out. Hold up, rewind. So just for reference, here's a quick layout of our property, of our 28 acres. We were planning on building here in the back initially, but we decided against it simply because we were too close to the neighbors. So we decided to build up here in the middle of the property, or closer to the middle. We need to cut in a new driveway to access it, and as you can, where the arrow is here, this is where we are starting to access right now. So obviously, as you can tell here, this isn't the first time we're coming out here. I've been out here probably about 2 days now at this point, kind of doing some initial testing to see, hey, is this going to work? Is this something that I can do? Well, I mean, I've made some pretty decent progress with probably a total of only about 10 hours worth of work of getting in here and digging out enough of a space to get some initial foundation for the driveway. So if you haven't noticed by now, yes, I do have a tooth bar bolted onto my bucket. It was a tooth bar kit that I picked up off Amazon, welded it all together to custom fit, and tell you what, this has made a significant difference in my ability to work out here on the property. Tried the first day without it. Then I took a little bit of time, got the tooth bar on there, and started again. And it has been a tremendous asset in working on doing some of this dirt work out here. And to be honest with you, it doesn't appear to at least impact the what the bucket is able to do, and if for nothing else, it actually helps hold more of a load with the dirt. So it's working pretty well here, especially in the type of soil that we're working in. We've got a pretty dense clay with a lot of rock in it, and as we continue on, we end up digging into a lot more rock, and it's going to really impact us here. So I am so glad I've got the tooth bar on there. It's been a great tool. So not only am I learning about what kind of dirt, what kind of soil I have on my property here, I'm learning a lot more about my trees. I was definitely getting frustrated with this one particular tree here that I've been trying to dig out. It had these crazy taproot, and it just was not cooperating. So I spent some time and did a little bit more investigating to understand what kind of trees I'm working with here, and these ones specifically, I'm working with some hickory. It is a very difficult to work with tree when you're trying to dig out, or even whenever you're trying to cut using the chainsaw. Yes, it has been tough on both my equipment, my tractor, and my chainsaws. I do not mind working with maple trees, with oak trees, but these hickories, they are just driving me crazy. I now have a newfound appreciation for why they say hickory is such a tough wood, because it is kind of unforgiving when you're trying to work with it. As you can see here, yes, it busted a chain. So because of how the soil is composed here with the clay and the rock, I'm taking an approach where I'm trying to dig out with the backhoe first for a bit, pull out any small little trees, any little stumps that I can, and then I come back in with the bucket and scoop and dig things out. Also, I'm taking taking the backhoe here and knocking down and working with some of the bigger limbs and bigger branches. It really does make a difference with some of these stumps. So fortunately, they're not all hickories, but along here, that's what the majority are, and they are giving me a lot of trouble. Seriously, right here, so this is about a 2.5, 3-inch diameter tree at most, and the taproot on this little hickory is just driving me crazy trying to dig it out. It is not wanting to come. I'm having to dig at it for a bit. So, to some people out there, you're right. I know you're going to say that this is not the probably the best or easiest way to cut an in driveway. You need some bigger equipment. You want a bulldozer, maybe a larger excavator or something that'll allow you to move a lot more dirt, and something that'll tackle these trees a little bit better. I don't necessarily disagree. I'm trying to see what I can do here with my tractor. That's kind of the purpose of this right now. Is I'm seeing how much progress I can make. To be honest with you, I've made some pretty good progress. This has been it's been a challenge, but I've been able to get a fair amount of work done here with just the backhoe and the bucket. Now, since I'm not a professional here at this is something just to make sure that anybody who is wondering, what I'm doing is I am digging out in the slope to get down to where I have pretty much largely undisturbed soil. So that's the rock and the clay mixture. I'm digging out where I've got about, right now, so about 10 feet, at least 10 feet wide path of undisturbed soil. I'm taking and I'm pushing or building up the spoil pile on the side, down slope, and working a little bit later on, I'm going to come back in and compact that in with both equipment, possibly with a larger compactor, but definitely with some equipment, get that rolled in and settled in nice. The machine here is, so I'm, kind of weigh about 6,000 pounds with my current setup. So I don't know if it's fully enough to get everything compacted, but yeah, this is the base is going to be nice and solid. I have no doubts to how stable this will be here on the side of the slope. It's going to work out really nice. Now, with everything else said, I'm realizing at this point that maybe I do need to bring in some additional equipment, just simply because this is this will be my third day now having been working out here. At this point, I've put in approximately maybe 14 hours worth of work in total. So not too much, not too bad for a couple hundred feet of driveway cut in. But knowing that I have a lot bigger trees ahead of me, especially these hickories, and knowing that I would like to be a little bit more efficient with my time and not possibly not risk doing any harm to my tractor. I'm thinking at this point it's probably going to be best to look into getting a bigger piece of equipment to bring in. So just as a clarification, when I say 3 days, I mean one day, every once a week or every other week. So this has been a couple weeks worth of effort, just spread out, or a few days worth of effort spread over multiple weeks whenever I have the chance to get out here on the property.